It is New Year's Eve, and welcome to the One of a Kind Financial Show Daily. We're going to talk more music today, but before we do that, thank you to the dozens and dozens and hundreds of people who have listened to the One of a Kind Financial Show Daily in 2025. I promise you, 2026 is going to be an amazing year for the One of a Kind Financial Show Daily as we start launching on all major podcast platforms, somewhere other than just YouTube. So thank you for your listenership. I could not have done this without you. For the thousands of people who have called in to the One of a Kind Financial Show or use the One of a Kind Financial Daily Show to reach out to us. Thank you for that. We're going to end the year, this year 2025, with more playlists aimed toward your retirement. We're going to talk specifically about Zac Brown, Willie Nelson, and Jim Morrison, and how that music can again lead you to a retirement that is one of a kind. Happy New Year, folks.
And side B is like deep tracks. That's where they live. Songs don't, they're not always feel-good songs, but it makes you think. And for many retirees, it isn't all about steel drums and beach chairs. It's about owning your time, facing your regrets, and deciding what legacy you want to leave behind. So today, we're turning up the dial on artists who just don't sing songs about life, but living deliberately, even when it means going against the wind. These are some great tunes. They're great talking points on how we approach retirement. And let's start with the first one, Zac Brown Band, Knee Deep, featuring Jimmy Buffett again.
Yeah, wishing I was knee deep in the water somewhere. Got the blue sky breeze and it doesn't seem fair.
That's right.
This is the perfect mix of escapism and reality. For many, retirement is about finding a peaceful place, whether it's a literal beach or a mindset. But that peace isn't automatic. It takes planning. And that's why we build the one-of-a-kind financial plan, because who doesn't want to get knee deep in the water somewhere with the blue skies? Yeah. From time to time. Some people want to live that life. Some people want to visit that life. But for you, it could be one of these other songs that we're going to be talking about as we keep going.
Right. Now, here's one. You almost have to sing this one as you talk about it. Willie Nelson, On the Road Again.
Going places that I've never been.
That's right.
Seeing things that I may never see again.
That's right.
I can't wait to get on the road again. I mean, it speaks directly to the soul of the retiree who values experiences over stuff. It's almost like, just over the weekend, Gary, over Christmas, right? There was gifts being given, but the reality is you get to a point in your life where gifts just don't mean as much, right? I mean,
absolutely, yeah.
I mean, who needs another pair of socks, right? Who needs, right? When you get to a point of financial freedom, you can go out and buy whatever you want to whenever you need it, right? But and it's the same thing about being on the road. When you get retirement, right? You want to go see stuff and you value the experiences in those bucket list items. Maybe it's RV life for some. That's all part of modern retirement goals for many people. We actually help our clients give strategies to create memories and focus less on maintenance in retirement. We have a memory in our family, and we were talking about it over Christmas. We have this thing called Granny Cooking Camp. It's, Granny's retired. My mom is retired, but she used to bring the girls, my daughters, to her beach house and share the family recipes together. My daughters loved getting on the road and heading down to see Granny because at Granny Cooking Camp, they got to learn how to make broccoli casserole and the cookies and steaks and ribs and everything that now they can take in adulthood with. So.
Mm-hmm. That's a great memory, Mike. It really is. How about the Doors? Let's talk about Jim Morrison and the Doors. So break on through to the other side.
This one hits hard, though, because Jim Morrison was all about breaking convention and facing the unknown. Retirement can feel like crossing a threshold into a life where old identities no longer apply. And so we have to help clients break through their limiting beliefs. And we do that by building a vision. And then we do it by creating things like guaranteed lifetime income and investment plans that they can understand, because that breaks the fear of spending and the guilt around enjoying retirement.
The show is the one-of-a-kind financial show. I'm Gary Nolan. I want you to get that one-of-a-kind financial plan that Mike is going to talk about again in just a couple of minutes. That phone number is 800-748-1838. 800-748-1838 or text the word IDEAS to 600-700. 800-748-1838 or text the word IDEAS to 600-700. Back to Willie Nelson. Sad song, Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain. Emotional song.
This song hits an emotional note. And it's about aging, it's about loss, it's even about memory. And as retirees, those are the realities of mortality and caregiving for a spouse at the end of life, or even widowhood. See, these deeper emotions, they surface. And then this song brings it right to the forefront too. So clients who are prepared, not just financially, but emotionally for this phase of life are prepared to handle this. We don't want to become burdens on our kids. Well, everybody who's listening to this would say the same thing. We don't want to be a burden to our kids. We want the end of our life to have some dignity to it. We want our end of our life to have memories of spending time together. So we have to have these conversations around end of life planning and healthcare directives and even maybe a spiritual legacy. Because once you are gone, the only thing that leaves behind is the memory of you and what you've left behind. And so this whole idea of dealing with these while you're able to, it will make retirement that much sweeter.
Mm-hmm. How about this one? Zac Brown Band, My Old Man.
He was a lion. We were our father's pride, but I was defiant when he made me walk the line. This tribute to fatherhood brings up legacy. It's what we inherit and what we leave behind. Many retirees are thinking about beyond money when it comes to legacy. They want to pass down values and stories and family unity. So we have to integrate that non-financial legacy planning into the client conversation because, again, once you are lost from the world, the things that are in your head are lost also. So get them out and pass them down to the next generation.
All right. We're up against the clock. Final thoughts, Mike, on this segment.
I love this B-side. I love this whole idea of dealing with the emotional side of retirement because that's what all these songs represented. Zac Brown, Willie Nelson, and Jim Morrison have always been great storytellers. Their voices strike a chord with us when we hear them. They're distinctive and they're unique. So is the one-of-a-kind financial plan. Folks, I challenge you to find another financial planner in Hampton Roads in Texas or around this country who can write down a financial plan for you that is about you, that clearly articulates how they get paid, and that can solve for the most important things when it comes to retirement. Taxes, paying the right amount, and choosing how you do that. Retirement income, money that you cannot run out of, and that has inflation protection tied to it. Your investment plan. That's the plan, the investments that are more about you, how you want to live life, how you want to build your legacy, how you want to interact with your money. And finally, a long-term care plan that's about dignity and a legacy plan that says, I love you. Gary, we build financial plans. We call them the one-of-a-kind financial plans so people can live life. And our hope is that people live a one-of-a-kind life.
Absolutely. That's our hope too. Folks, there's no cost, there's no obligation to get a better handle on your financial situation. You just heard Mike talk about the one-of-a-kind financial plan. It's something you deserve, and you want to get on his calendar right now. They do go quickly. The slots do fill up quickly during the show. 800-748-1838, 800-748-1838, or text the word IDEAS to 600-700.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of the One of a Kind Financial Show Daily. Gary and I had so much fun talking music, as Gary is a former radio disc jockey from stations around the country. And every time we talk about music, he lights up. But I love music too. I wanted to leave you with one reminder, and that Mike Milligan is a investment advisory rep with Advisory Alpha LLC. All opinions expressed by Mike and Gary on the One of a Kind Financial Show are their opinions. This is for educational content only. Any reference to One Oak Financial, which is owned by Ideas by Mike, just remember that those two entities are unaffiliated from Advisory Alpha.